So one of the things that was absolutely evident in Blazing You was that people that came in were already blazing. They were already doing well. They were already really clear on what their visions were. But what called them to come and join us in Blazing You was that they knew that they were missing that fire energy, that bold, unapologetic, full permission energy. It's like they started to notice that they were giving way too many fucks and there was too much self-judgment. And that was inhibiting them from really taking the lid off and showing up from that full wingspan energy, right? With your full arms out, heart open. This is me taking up all the space. They were still holding back from actually showing up in that blazing frequency. And one of my favorite sayings is a rising tide lifts all boats. And so one of the biggest bits of feedback that we've received from Blazing You was the minute they hit that vortex and activated their own blazing frequency and then were surrounded by other people who were also doing the same, it was like a force field of all these elevated frequencies like rising together. And just by listening to one person sharing about what was opening up for them in this blazing frequency had this amazing ripple effect, like watching these golden dominoes, where people were just getting momentum. They were taking unapologetic action. They were wanting more for themselves. They were eyeballing their next level, but leaning all the way in. And that's what we're excited about with this round of Blazing Love. So we're going to be doing what we did in Blazing You, but the richness of this program and the things that we didn't dive really super deep into in that program is around the unconditional love. And once we activate that and help like co-create that activation with you, it's going to turn on something really deep and limitless for you to create from. Just feel those words. It's going to turn on your own fountain of wealth abundance from within. Where asking for what you want at the biggest, most expansive level is going to start feeling like second nature. Feel the energy in the transmission as I'm sharing this with you. There's no push, there's no force, there's no bravado, but I've got this deep inner blazing energy that's actually like this fountain from deep inside my root chakra. And that is what I'm so excited about for you when you step foot into our vortex that Anam and I are going to be guiding you through. We've got so many other modules that we'll talk about on a different live, but this fountain of your own unconditional love and what we're going to be taking you through and the way it's going to activate inside your nervous system, just that alone is going to open up so much spaciousness, so much miracle consciousness, and it's going to presence you to this divinity within you. And I know those exact words actually came up from the feedback that we've received from people that went through Blazing You. Do you want to add to that, darling?
Yeah, we talk about blazing, right? And it doesn't mean, I know we look at Lucy and go, well, she's so unapologetic and out there, and it's a force of nature. What blazing is, if you listen to everything that Lucy said, it's actually being grounded in certainty, in knowing, right? And so the blazing energy is going to be different for you than it is for Lucy or for me.
Great distinction,
right? So even though we're talking about the fire burning inside and your wings, right?
Full
wingspan, lifting you up and soaring you, helping you soar in the sky. It's really about this full worth.
If you hear noises, that's Stevie at our feet.
It's this full worth, right? When you know that taking that leap, the next leap, is everything and more. It's going to give you that certainty. It's going to give you that power and the richness. You're going to become this magnetic being that is beyond anything else, because what's happening is we've identified some of the things that we need to really activate this new identity that's fully grounded in your power and your worth. And that's what we're going to be teaching. That's one of the things we're going to be teaching on. So really feel that blazing energy as more of a grounding energy.
I love that.
More in your wealth consciousness, right? So Lucy, obviously, we talked about the wealth consciousness that we're going to be teaching, and that's what it is. It's the full knowing that you are, right?
That you are
That
enough.
the knowing being, right? Not the questioning being, not the doubtful being, but the fully knowing being. And that has to do with identity work. It has to do not just, it's not the little girl, it's not the queen. It's actually a very interesting identity piece that we're actually going to be turning on, activating, and letting you loose into this world. And so that's what that blazing spirit is. This is work that's not been done before, and we've been listening to thought leaders, and we haven't really come across anybody who's actually doing this kind of work.
Well, it's deeply activating, and it's also very much about allowing the space for the integration. So you can even feel in our energies right now, and this came up in Blazing You, it was like the downloads, the transmissions that were coming through me in real time. I'm just the vessel, and Nam is just the vessel. And so the magic that we leave space for, like we've always done that even with our other programs, but in this frequency, the blazing frequency, it's got its own rhythm, it's got its own energy, it's got its own trajectory that we're working on behalf of.
Yeah.
And once you feel it, you can't unfeel it, you can't unknow it.
Yeah.
And you're going to know when you're in it, and you're going to know when you're out of it. And you can turn it on in any moment. But it's very true. I really love that Anam has brought you into this presence around feeling how anchoring this frequency is as well. It's not flighty, it's not gung-ho and like flappy.
You're never chasing. There's never any chasing.
It's magnetic, it is integrated, and it's just you bringing in more of your essence, but in this really grounded, unapologetic, fully knowing, tapped in, turned on, congruent, aligned energy, where you are literally bending the universe to your will. You're not overthinking, you're not doubting, you are trusting yourself, you are commanding your desires to you with unbridled faith. And that's a really fun way to live. So definitely reach out to us. We've got a few spots left for you to actually get that one-on-one with me. If you join up and pay in full, like now, we are launching officially on October the 10th, but don't be waiting till the last minute, right? Be in the wealth consciousness now to go, oh, I'm feeling the pull for this. This just feels right. Because the minute you do sign up and enroll, that's when your journey is going to start. And then getting a private with me, we are going to be off to the races. You are going to be off on that dream highway, on a new trajectory, fully lit. And then you'll be hanging out with other people that have also taken that leap first. And I might just be sneaking in a few, extra modules just to get you, just to cut your teeth on before we actually kick off on the 10th. So it's an absolute no-brainer, especially that this is actually 5K. So anything else you want to add?
No, I mean, I do want to add something. We want to make sure that you come in ready to soar. Yeah. Don't come in with maybes and I'll just give it a try.
Yeah.
We're here actually. Our business is called Blazing Revolution, right? We're here causing a revolution. We're transforming people's lives in a way that most people aren't being able to do. We did that with Soul to Soul, and now this new level is a whole new level. That's, again, no one's doing it. So I want to just make sure that when you come in, even if you're a maybe, once you commit, you commit. You're coming in guns blazing, ready,
all in,
because this identity piece is not gonna let you off the hook. Your identity, once we upgrade that, game on. Like Lucy said, once you feel it, you can't unfeel it.
Yeah.
And so we want to make sure that you are committed to you and come in and go, right, I'm in the blazing energy.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
Fire it up.
And just one last thing on that, I loved doing Soul to Soul. We loved that program, and that is living on in an evergreen. But it's also really important, especially with what's going on collectively right now, that you honor where you actually want to be putting your energy, because you might be getting these feelings recently that perhaps you're going along this trajectory of what you thought you wanted, and in the last 6 months or even in the last few months, you've been getting different messages from your heart, and that's no longer resonant. I want you to celebrate that instead of feeling overwhelmed or like you haven't got clarity, I want you to know that that actually means you're really on your path right now, because so many things right now are breaking down in the world around us, and we're really being called to deepen into what our soul is here for. So don't be knocked off your perch at all if you're suddenly feeling like this desire to shift gears or to express yourself and what you're wanting to do in a completely different way. Just really invite in those downloads, and when you jump and join us in Blazing Love, wow, come in as you are, and we will help you amplify where your soul wants to go. And you're going to feel so inspired, so on purpose, so fueled, so energized, so inspired, and so ready to take that inspired action that you've been putting off because you've been too busy judging yourself. So come join us. We cannot wait to see you activate your own big, beautiful heart with that blazing love frequency.
Yeah.
Mwah.